Hello, everyone. OB Bubble here, and let's on to episode 10 of the Let's Play here. Been busy working away on my base, so let's have a look. Done quite a bit with the magic farms and getting some more auto crafting going. So first thing I did was get up some laser crafting for chipsets. So essentially, like, oh goodness, sorry, it's late at night, so my brain's not quite with me, so I apologize right off the bat. So how this works is you got a satellite pipe which dumps the materials into the assembly table, and then since assembly tables auto spit out into chests next to them, the crafting pulling pipe pulls from underneath. So got a stack in the stockpile, so you're not always waiting for crafting. Set up some mechanism, advanced solar panels for power during the day, and then still using that steam to power things during the night cycle. Started using some Java barrels for the, mass storage of items here. Since, want plenty of cobble and all that stuff, but we don't want, so it'll fill this up, and then the rest of it goes into a trash can, just so we're not filling up our small AE system. Let's go back up here, actually. Digger got a wireless charger up and going for us, so you'll see that I got some power suit armor, modular power suit, and charging over there on the side. So if we wait around, yeah, see 6.16 now. And if, being around it, it'll jump up to 1.7 here eventually. Yeah, there we go. So I started working on more crops here, and mixed crops. They get pulled and go down into more Java barrels downstairs. Sorry, I got TeamSpeak in the back. Let me kill that really quick.
Disconnected.
All right, there we go. That is gone. So still got our basic setup here that we walk through for our coal coke production. A little more in depth. I know I didn't show you guys the settings last time. So it's really quite simple. You put a supply pipe and you have it drop 2 coal in a partial setting. So that way you don't overfill one of these with an entire stack of coal. It keeps it light, just in case, if you, for whatever reason, ran out of, say, essence, it wasn't always just filling one oven. It will evenly distribute amongst all of them. But from there, you just have a simple extractor pipe here, set to side. So like these ones up here, you have set to like a direction, northwest, east, south, doesn't really matter, to pull the coal coke out. And then from there, we have it go into here. We have a logistics item sync with the coal coke, not the default route. We just want the coal coke dumping in here. And then we have an advanced extractor with the excluded list set to coal coke. That way it'll only pull out the finished product of the coke brick or block, just like that. See, we're up to 7,000 here. I don't know if I showed last time, but I removed the logistics power hub that was over in the little room over there and have linked it instead this one. So it can provide power to both this network over here and this network over here, keeping them, as you can see, completely separate. So it helps cut down on power, going and stored up into a single block. Just makes it a little bit tidier. Swapped out this chest. So we got an ender chest in here now. Got our full chest of coal as of last time as well. And I've tossed in a carpenter. This will make our railroad ties. It's supposed to make railroad ties. Why isn't it showing the recipe? Let's find out. Alright, so I also set up ender pouches for both my send and receive here. So this pink red one here, I can dump stuff into and it'll go into storage. And the pink green is what this remote order's linked to. So I just requested a plank and bam, look, I got a plank in that chest or in that pouch. Oh, well now it's there. It wasn't there before, or was I crazy? Now I feel crazy. Oh well. So anyways, that's how we're gonna craft our wooden ties for our rails. Pretty straightforward. I will be changing that when I've got the Railcraft base, like the base dedicated just to Railcraft's construction. And we'll do a round robin, sort of like what we do with our tanks, or not tanks, our coke ovens here, so that multiple carpenters can work on making ties at the same time for the same order. And then this one here, this basic logistics pipe, is sinking for coal. So any coal, say if I was, let's take a half stack here, and I was to drop it into this pink red to go into the storage network, instead of going to the AE system for storage, it will zip up here, and we should see it here in a couple moments. The stack, yeah, see it, here it comes. Now this coal will come and be dropped into this diamond chest. Now, instead of crafting more coal, so essentially this is like if I go mine and I pick up a whole bunch of coal, it'll go in here to be fed into the coke ovens instead of using essence to craft more coal. So pretty nice, simple, keeps the AE system storage nice and tidy. So here we'll toss in this oak as well. Added some more rolling machines for the other recipes. So you'll see you got all sorts of stuff. I'm completely draining the power because I'm within range of that charging station. As you can see, I've added a whole bunch more crafting. I've even gone down here. I've got all of the modular power suit, along with the liquid pipes, the Java barrels, some Ender IO capacitors here. Now, if you use my pack for modular power suits, the recipes are not the vanilla standard ones that come with it. For whatever reason, I couldn't get those recipes to register. And when I put in a recipe file, it crashed. No clue why, but I'm using an older version. That might be why I can't update without updating Forge, and that breaks all sorts of stuff. So I went in there with MineTweaker, added custom recipes here. Like the glider uses aluminum and carpet, not really realistic or anything. Well, I don't know about realistic, but not really the norm. What else is kind of, like everything uses Railcraft steel. There was another one I made, kind of funny. Oh, the capacitors. The capacitors have very different recipes than anything vanilla and or otherwise. Kind of building off of each other. So you have to build a small to build a medium to build a large. Fun stuff. It took me like an hour and a half to make those in MineTweaker. What else did we get? So I expanded this little area some more. And we went over, the auto inscribers, linking from the back and the sides. And we went over the Steve cart. I linked in the bottom, I didn't put it on screen link, but I linked to the bottom how to program this sucker, which is very helpful. So this is the in and out chests. So we have this linked here. So this remote is linked to this remote order logistics pipe here. So that's what makes me able, I can speak, to look into the inventory of my network and craft stuff. And then here is the essentially in here is just an extractor, and I'll pull stuff out of the sink chest. Now this other one with all these supply pipes strapped to it is my Railcraft supplies. So as you can see here, I've got rails, stone for masonry stuff, loaders, and all sorts of other tracks, one-ways, limiters, locking tracks, disembarking tracks, pretty much everything I need when I'm out and about building my railway. So as I pull stuff out of here, say if let's take, what do I want to take? Let's take what am I going to need more of? Let's take half my control tracks here. So now there's 16 in there. And now the system will register that I need it. I say we saw a couple sparkles. And then bam, I've got more control, back up to 32 control tracks in there. So basically it just keeps me stocked of everything I need without having to do a request all the time, nor waiting. I mean, granted, it's not that long of a time, but having to wait on my logistics system if I had to request it all the time. Makes it a little bit easier, a little bit quicker, etc., etc. Oh, that's why I didn't show you. So I've got two other things down here. We got another remote system here. I forget who those are. That doesn't say, does it? Let's see. Maybe it says on its clipboard. No, it doesn't say on its clipboard. All right, I believe this one is Diggers. Now this is a inventory connection to Digger's base, so it requires a frequency card, and essentially there's two chests of the same kind at his base and at my base, and it allows them to link together using this pipe, so the networks essentially become the same. He has to power it and everything over at his base, but other than that, he's good. This one, I believe. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know it had the name right there. Can't really see it with the inventory helper thing. But all right, so that's Verdes. She's our resident cook, as you'll see in here. Tons of food stuff that she's been graciously making since we've got diminishing returns installed. It's very, very helpful. And then this is Remla. She actually just joined up on the server today, so that is her chest. But that allows us to all access it remotely, and they all share the same deposit chest as me. Since you don't need multiple of those, you just need one for the entire group. All right, another fun thing here is with ore processing. I like to condense my ores, but sadly I can only condense automatically the Railcraft ones without using a packager. So what this does is the logistics network will, using the ore dictionary, drop any of these ingots or nuggets into this chest. and then it will condense them, the nuggets, into ingots, and the ingots into blocks. And then it'll pull out the blocks and shove them into the AE system. So it makes storage a little bit more compact. You can fit a lot more in the drives that way. The next thing is my essence. So all that essence is being stored in these Java barrels. So that way, once they fill up, I have a terminator. So you get this terminus module, what that allows is once the primary storage is filled up with these items, they will go into the trash can here. Now what that means is this item sync is set with a specific item to go into it. So that's the primary destination, quote unquote. So it'll go into this before it goes into the default storage of the AE system. Now, if there's a primary storage, it will go to that and then to the terminus storage, which in this case deletes it. And then the bottom priority would be the default location. And what default location means is default route, so default storage route. And when it's marked yes, it'll go there. Basically making it so Cobble will go into a drum before it goes into an AE system. And then with a terminus module in between, it'll go drum, terminated, trash can, and then if for whatever reason that's no longer functional, the terminus, that little buddy right there, it will then go to the AE storage. So, like if you were to break that, then Cobble would start going there along with all the essence and stuff once that storage was filled. Hopefully that makes sense. I know it can be a little bit confusing with logistics pipes. They can be quite complicated when you really start digging into them. I think that's pretty much it for my base. Now I got a couple machines here for making powders. And then I needed Resident Ender. And so I just set up a magma crucible. But I needed that to make the force fields for my armor to get that Endurium block. All right, well that's we did a little bit of work on the railroad. So let's run over there. Okay. All right, well, let's disconnect really quick. The joy of running it as a server, you don't have to wait for it to completely reload or anything crazy like that. So we do have Archimedes ships. So you see I've got a little airship here. I also had a boat back at my base. But, you know, it makes it a little bit easier to get around, to explore. I did quite a bit of exploring with the balloon. It makes it so much easier. A little cheatsy, but you know, I'm building a train everywhere, so I'm gonna more than make up with it for it by running trains. So this is my little measurement tool here. I've got at the white block here, I've got a locker track on these trains. So that way I can measure out exactly how long they are as a reminder, and also to visualize it for you guys. So the simple one-man passenger train is a 4-block in length. So, which means in that case, you'd have to have a locking track at 5 before the train turns onto a main line. That way the train doesn't get stuck. And I'll better visualize that later on. And then it is 8 blocks with a cargo train, which is 1 anchor and 3 storage 3 storage carts, whether it's chests or in this case tanks, or even an extended passenger train. Boom, boom, boom. Because they'll either be one of these 2 links or, shorter, never longer. So it's just kind of a good reminder of how you're measuring your trains. So here we got a little bit of basic going. This is where the station is going to be. So we got the line in coming into the station, and then just the entryways to each platform. Here we've got what's going to be our first main line. So you can see I got the signals up, and I've got the underpass installed. Nice block retaining walls. So pretty simple, straightforward so far. You got on your outbound, you've got your south and you've got your north from the station, and then you've got your north inbound to the station and your south inbound to the station. So pretty straightforward and all set up in there. Here, we'll take the balloon over. Because I got let's just sprint. I got about 8 minutes till I have to go feed the animals, so the lovely puppy dogs. Oh, that's me, not my hunger. Alright, let's try and find something here. Oh, but it's almost night. Come on. Alright, so we got the little railway coming over here, and we've got Digger's base nearby. Aha, there we go. Right, so you can see where I've laid the preliminary track. I haven't connected it. I'll end up using Steve carts to actually lay the track completely. But we've got Digger's base right there. And so we'll just need to do the switch for the incoming train to shunt off and go to his, and we'll set up a little station over there. And then as far running north, I haven't really picked out a plan yet. Besides, I want to avoid that Erie biome because you got the nasty, super strong guys over there. I want to kind of avoid them. We tried to fight them to get them out of there, but they beat us up pretty good. So we'll end up running the train over the crater here, this little scenic route, and then head north and into this plains area and see what we can build, whether we want to put our farms over there or whatever. And then for our southbound route, we will be coming down and around this tainted biome to head south into the deserts. Got some huge desert over here. I haven't even scouted it all out. And then we're going to have a line that comes up into this wastelands, and we're going to put a few factories in here. It's kind of dreary, dead, diseased. toxic waste. So we're going to make it a little more toxic waste, by putting some factories in there, and should really fit in with a good aesthetic there. Um, Otherwise, that is pretty much it for now. Next episode will be me working to build that station and actually show you guys some of the signaling and wiring that'll go on underneath it. Um, Otherwise, for now, that is it. This is Opie Bobble signing off. You guys have a good evening.